Hi everyone, so as per the introduction to what I'm doing with this SX650, I thought I'd show you the vapor blasted casings that I've had done. So that's obviously the first stage is to get the engine really nice and, well, the engine casings really nice and clean, ready for all the new parts to go in. So yeah, I'll show you those now. So these are all the bits I had aqua blasted or vapor blasted. So starting from the left, both side covers, and they have been done inside and out. Had the rocker cover done, again both sides, and as you can see it's come up like new. Absolutely really pleased with the result of this. I've just used a local gentleman around the corner from me that's got an industrial aqua blaster. I had the gear selector drum and gear selectors done as well, just while I was at it. They're the only kind of like internal components kind of that I've had done. The head has come up really nice. It gives you a real good base to see what's going on. You know, you can see there's been no failures with pistons on this one. There's no dinks or dents. Just to give you an idea of the quality of what to expect if you go down the route of getting anything aqua blasted. Obviously the crankcases have come up really nice and clean. I've not washed these yet, so there might be some residue of the of some of the grime that was aqua blasted out, so they'll come up really nice once I've done that. So one of the main things I've done with this is, obviously I have checked everything. This is the top cover of the engine. I'll just hide this a little bit so we can see it all. So obviously if you take this off, this will be where you find your cams, or cam I should say, and lifters. So you can see it really gets a real nice finish on it. So I've checked this to make sure there's no cracks in it, and there isn't, so that's good. This is the head. So the head's not got any cracks in it. It's got no damage on the valve seats or anything like that, although obviously the valves will have to be recut in. I'm planning on porting this, but one thing that vapor blasting has done, it's really given me a nice starting point. I don't know if you can see that in there, can't quite get the right angle, but it's given me a real nice starting point for doing these. So the valve guards will be taken out, and they will be upgraded to some, I believe bronze coated ones. I'm not too sure. There's some that I can get hold of that are more durable apparently. So yeah, that's what I'll get those upgraded to. So these are the two engine casings. They're obviously split, but this gives you a nice look into how clean they've actually managed to get them inside. The little bits of black here and there are just the residual grime that was aqua blasted off. That's just needs, that'll come away with the soapy water. I'll be cleaning these. That'll be going over these with before I build it. So obviously these will be put into soapy water, scrubbed, and then they'll be blown off with an airline to make sure there's no you know, debris left in there, like the glass that they aqua blast these with. So you can actually see some of the remnants of the glass there. So it's water and glass, I believe. I could be wrong, it might not be just water, it could be a water mix of something, but basically it's you know, water or liquid and glass mixed together, blasted at it, because it gives it it's more delicate on the material, opposed to something like sandblasting or something like that. So you can see it's cleaned all the it's cleaned everything up, ready for the bearings to seat. It's cleaned all the threads up. The only bit of damage on the whole engine during the strip down that I could see, and I say damage, yeah, I suppose it is a bit of damage, is on one of the gears. I believe it's the 5th gear. So if we just go in here, we can just see it just there. So you can see the bit of the case hardening's come off. I don't know if that is worth putting a new gear on or not, and the corresponding gear that it'll mesh with, which will be obviously that one, just that. But all the other gears haven't got anything like that on, so I'm going to replace that gear and the corresponding gear, as I said, while I've got it apart. Obviously these are the bearings I was on about. These will all be you know, all renewed, obviously with the seals and what have you. I will strip all these gears, give them all a clean and lubricate them while I'm at it. The micro polishing, still undecided on that. It's a lot of money. I don't know, there'll definitely be no benefit whatsoever for me other than knowing it was done. But yeah, maybe I'll just maybe polish, I don't know, maybe I'll polish the edges up myself, just, you know, not polish the actual gears myself, but maybe polish all the edges up, clean it all up, make it look a little bit better, without affecting any performance really. So yeah, but yeah, so that's the only slight bit of damage on the gearbox, and that's literally all I found on the whole strip down of this engine, which is pretty good for, I think, a nearly 45-year-old engine. So that's where we are. That's the stage we're at the moment. So the crank is currently being rephased, so that could be a week or so. So basically I'm just going to do whatever I can to get the casings prepared, ready for that crank to go in, and obviously the gearbox to go in. So I'm going to hold off cleaning these with soapy water in the air lining until the crank's probably here, just so there's less time for these casings to maybe tarnish or something like that. At the moment they're in a heated workshop. Yeah, they're not going to be touched much. Any steel parts that are left on there have got a layer of oil on. So yeah, so once this casing comes back, once the crank comes back, we'll hopefully start the rebuild. I might do another video beforehand, probably taking some bits off that frame and start preparing the rest of the bike for what I want to do to it. Obviously the frame is the next thing to get bare, and yeah, hopefully get it ready for some sort of treatment, some sort of powder coating or something. So yeah, I'll probably do a video while waiting for this crank and other engine components to turn up. I should mention as well, you know, all the bearings are being done while I've got obviously all apart. All the bearings in the gearbox are being redone, will be new. Obviously the crank bearings will all be new and what have you, new big ends, new con rods. So so yeah, basically anything that goes back in the middle of this engine will be new or, you know, cleaned up. So I want to make sure I've got the best stuff going in, because I don't want to be splitting this again. So okay, well, I'll see you on the next video.